people love to Venmo me randomly. And I got a message from a random person being like, what's your Venmo? I'm in a good mood.
Is things that I normalized when I was racking up debt that I realize now are not normal.
So I quit my job and I don't have a backup plan.
The internet has people convinced that simply having the belief is as good as having a budget. They're going around saying that vibes is basically all that you need when it comes to a strategy. And people are talking with all the confidence in the world like math doesn't count. There's no shortage of people that are continuing to set themselves up for long-term failure because of all that. So let's take a moment and break down some examples of this, because pretty much all of it we've seen before.
I was listening to High Frequency Guru for like an hour while doing some work, and she kept repeating this one affirmation that's like, people love to Venmo me randomly. And I live in Canada, so we don't have Venmo. So in my head, I'm like, well, I don't know if this affirmation will work for me, even though that's bullshit, just because I don't have Venmo. Tell me why an hour after listening, I got a message from a random person being like, what's your Venmo? I'm in a good mood.
What?
Never met the man, didn't give him anything. He gave me $100. Also, it was $100 US, and living in Canada, that's actually worth $1 million, so.
So let me get this straight. Her entire financial system is simply think about money, wait for money, stranger blesses you with money. Okay. Now, I do understand that positive thinking can influence your behavior, and with the right behavior, you'll get the right kind of outcome. But belief without any structure is gonna take you nowhere. If your financial strategy requires that some random stranger blesses you with money, that is in no way empowering you. That is making you dependent, and that kind of dependence always comes at a heavy, heavy price. Now, let me show you another clip about how this kind of mindset will really set you up to fail.
Is things that I normalized when I was racking up debt that I realize now are not normal. And this is a big one. This is I think a problem for so many people. I would spend any free time that I had, like not working or just free time basically, to spend money. Okay, I thought anytime I left the house, I needed to go spend money. I needed to go mindlessly shop. I boredom shopped. I spent literally any free time that I had. I felt like I had to go do something to spend money. I had to go out to eat. I had to go get coffee. Oh, I've got a little bit of time. Let's go to Target. I had to go to Marshall's and TJ Maxx and browse for 2 hours. Oh, I have my kids. Let's go take them somewhere that costs $150. Like, I was constantly feeling like I had to spend money anytime I left the house.
This is something that is way more common than many people care to admit. It's not always massive financial mistakes that ruin people. It's really a death by 1,000 small cuts where their lifestyle starts to rack up more and more debt. Figure it's like this. If every time that you're not physically earning money, you're out spending money, that math will never work out in your favor. And let's look beyond the surface. A lot of people aren't broke because they're reckless. They are broke because they are unintentional, and there's a big difference there. But that's not where it ends, because when you are being unintentional, you're often going to be presented with a shortcut that might seem like it's going to help you, but it's still going to end up hurting you.
I only made $350,000 last year with this strategy, but it's the first step to get you out the 9 to 5.
Dude,
hear me out. Be a middleman. All right, think about it. DoorDash is the middleman from food to human. Uber is the middleman between transportation and you getting from point A to point B. They just in the middle. Airbnb does not own a single house, but they're the middleman between Guy with House and you. All three of these companies are worth billions of dollars. How do you become a middleman and make a lot of money? Real estate. Let me cook. You see this check and this check and this check? That's me, baby. Just find land and ugly properties like this. Then I offer the owners $50,000 for the property. Then I sell it to people who have a lot of money for $70,000. I just made $20,000 without meeting the seller, a buyer, or even seeing the property. You'll want to learn how to do it.
Anytime I hear something that can generate this much money in a short amount of time, it sends alarm bells off like something or a lot of things are missing. I'm not a real estate person. I know health and fitness, but the little bit that I do understand, it says that there's, like contracts and taxes, and you have to find the buyers. They don't just drop into your laps. There's not people willing to spend thousands of dollars at the drop of a hat to someone that they don't even know. That's why I'm trying to just put it out there that the internet's not going to show you the full picture. They're going to present just the problem and their version of a solution with a massive reward. So just be aware that if it sounds too good to be true, chances are, especially when it comes to finances, it probably is too good to be true. But then we come to the final version of bad financial decisions, which is the emotional decision making.
I quit my job and I don't have a backup plan. And you're probably thinking, why the fuck would you do that in this economy? And you're so right for that. I honestly just woke up one day and I realized I don't want to work in an environment like this anymore. It's not good for me. It's not good for my mental health. And I've kind of put up with this for a bit longer than I probably should have. So I walked out. I'm proud of myself, actually.
Quitting can most certainly be powerful. But quitting with no strategy is gambling. My gosh, she's way too calm about this. The internet and social media especially loves this I quit moment, and we often show our admiration and clap it up for them. But the internet doesn't show what life is like after excitement and all the likes have gone away. You see, there's a big difference between betting on yourself and betting recklessly. So now let's look back at the pattern. Whether it's someone trying to manifest money, or someone with an addiction to constant shopping, or you're getting caught up in the hustle, flip real estate culture, or you're simply trying to quit without any kind of plan or structure, the energy is still the same. It's confidence without any sort of capital. It's belief without any kind of structure, and it's emotion without any kind of math. I'm also trying to build online as well. I most certainly take risks, but I always do the math, have a plan, and I do it with logic and structure behind it, not just vibes. Look, you still have to dream, you still have to believe, and you still have to take risks, but if what you're trying to do doesn't hold up to a spreadsheet, unfortunately, you're being delusional. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons on your way out, and I'll see you on the next video.